In 1961, a group of survivors taking English as a second language at Hollywood High came together. They realized they each had an artifact, a photograph, something from home that preserved the memory of the lives that were ruined and the loved ones that were lost. Out of that seed came what you see today as the Los Angeles Museum of the Holocaust.
When you're walking through it, the building itself is an experience, and each new room is striking in the way it's set up.
The first year in our new building has been nothing short of amazing. We had an increase in student visitors that we were hoping for but couldn't predict.
I saw hundreds and hundreds of students coming in. We are taking them around, showing them. In the other museum, we did not have this amount of students.
We get a lot of park visitors coming into our museum. They may have come here for something else, baseball practice, maybe a walk, and they're curious. They see this thing off in the corner and they look at the monument, and they come inside, and they usually stay for a little bit and then they come back with their families.
A typical visitor's experience begins at the reception desk. They receive an audio guide, they're shown how to use it, and that becomes their guide throughout the museum. As visitors walk from room to room in the museum, they can listen to any one of 27 hours of audio material. One of the most important experiences we provide is a conversation with a survivor. Often our survivors will guide people through talking to them about their stories and about how their stories intersect with the history that's shown throughout the several rooms in the museum.
People come here without knowing too much about Holocaust. They are surprised and touched. There are tears in their eyes. They feel the injustice that happened during Holocaust.
This museum is an educational experience. There's a tremendous amount that can be learned from reading books. It's a different experience when you're walking around among artifacts and memorabilia and talking to people who can relate to this memorabilia. And for me, it put it all in perspective in a way that doesn't make it feel abstract at all, but very real.
After a visitor walks through our building, he or she can exit to one of several contemplative spaces. We have the memorial to the 6 million. We have the Goldrich Family Children's Memorial, which features 1.2 million holes memorializing at least 1.2 million children killed. And in that room, you can write a note reflecting on your own thoughts, and you can insert that note, kind of like the Western Wall, into one of those holes. Or one can stroll through the Green Roof Gardens and contemplate their role relative to this history in the museum and the wider world that they're about to re-enter.
You learn about these events and you feel that now that you know about them, you have a duty to spread the word to others and to change your actions and the way you live your life in order to be a better person, a more respectful person, a more tolerant person.
It's very touching, a very touching experience. It makes you think on the fact that you should treat people the same way you want to be treated.
I'm very happy that it's here so that others can gain more knowledge. Maybe with the knowledge, this kind of thing won't happen to anyone.
We come out of the museum space energized, willing and ready to be a little bit more, a little bit different, a little bit better for the world we're going back to.
I am hoping that they will learn to love their neighbors, not to be discriminating about other people.
My heart melts when I walk in. It's very important for everyone to see it and to know and never forget that this should never happen again.
I feel when I come here, it's a closure. This is the place where I can mourn because I feel the family is here. I'm sure many, many survivors feel the same way about this museum.
So, what's next?
Solar power, so we can cut our electric bill and reduce our carbon footprint.
So what is next?
We're gonna bring in more exhibits.
You want to know what's next? Here's what's next. The Shoah video wall. We're importing 50,000 videos from the Shoah Foundation, and those videos will all be shown on this wall during one calendar year. It will be the grand conclusion of our museum experience, and you won't want to miss it.
What's next? I'd like to expand our education and development departments.
What's next?
I think that in the future, a lot more people will learn about the museum and want to come visit, and I hope that that's true.
What's next?
We will have more students. We will have more adults. Everybody will be able to come and see this museum.
What's next? I'm not sure, but I want you to be part of it.